Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Uh, this is Starlight Beacon Transmissions, episode 58. My name is Eric Mitchell. I am one of your hosts. And as always, joining me is my good friend, one of my besties, an amazing co host. It's Lavender, the librarian. Lavender, how are you?
I'm good, Eric. How are you?
Uh, I've been better. I'm feeling a little under the weather. I have a cold. It's not COVID, thank goodness, but I do have a cold right now. So, uh,
Hello, everybody.
oh
Welcome
wait,
back to
I
the
gotta
show.
mute.
This is Starlight Beacon Transmissions, episode
I gotta
58.
mute our YouTube link. Sorry. So you're gonna hear that in the background while I'm talking at the beginning of the show.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's fine. Uh,
Technical difficulties.
yeah, we do it live, so yeah. So I hope that you're having a good week. I know that you were feeling a little under the weather last week, also.
Yep,
But
I was the zonked out one last week.
it's all good. It's all good. Sometimes you just need that rest. Like nothing's gonna stop you from getting that rest. So
I think I slept a grand total of 14 hours after.
wow.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
I have my own co-host.
Yeah.
No, you're okay. I will see you later. Go watch something.
So tonight we're gonna go over some celebration exclusives that they announced.
She's
And
not
we
gonna leave.
Yeah, it's okay. And then we are gonna go over some. We're gonna do some predictions for Kenobi
Hmm.
and do some predictions for Celebration as well. So that should be a lot of fun. Hi.
It would be
And
better if it's not coming out through my speakers so she can't hear.
yeah, it's okay.
All right, Eris, go to bed. Go, tiny
And
minion.
and we are also going to be, since you weren't here last week for it, and since this week was the 20th anniversary for this movie, we're going to take a look back at Attack of the Clones and your fond memories of that movie.
Best memories. I love that movie so much.
It is, I recently rewatched it and it's so much better than I remember.
It
It's
is my
so good.
movie that I watch every time I'm homesick.
Oh, nice. It's your comfort
It's
movie?
it's my comfort movie. It's my
Nice.
hey, don't leave the cats alone. Hey, no, I need you to leave the cats alone and go do your thing.
um,
Parenting in a nutshell.
it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, and we're gonna get into that in a little bit here. And Brotherhood and the Queen's trilogy really just enhances Attack of the Clones, as well as the Clone Wars animated series.
Mhm.
So we are gonna get into that here. Um, gonna do a couple of big or a couple of announcements here, and then we're gonna get into the news. Next week is our big celebration show and our Kenobi review show, which we are getting a panel together as we speak. I believe John and Joey are going to be there. Maggie is actually going to be at Hollywood Studios that day, I believe. But we're getting a bunch of people together, so that'll be a lot of fun.
And I sadly won't be with you guys.
It's okay. You're going to a
I'm
wedding though.
I I'm going to a wedding in West Virginia and I have to
Ooh.
drive there.
Oh, well, I mean, you can always swing by and say hi.
Oh shoot, that's right. Like I'll be up in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, yeah, it's about 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours out of the way, but
What's that on top of the
West
12 we're
Virginia.
already driving?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're gonna do the Orlando Drive next year for May 4th, hopefully. So
So long.
yeah. Oh no, it is. It really is. Um, June 4th, there will be no live show due to my wife and I being at AwesomeCon.
Which will be
And
awesome.
yes, well, Timothy Zahn's gonna be there. So I'm gonna try to get him to autograph all of my current canon Thrawn books.
Yeah.
It's 6 of them. I will carry 6 books around all day. I don't care.
Get a really big backpack. Get a rolly backpack for the books.
Oh yeah. Well, considering how big Lesser Evil is alone,
That is a tome.
it really is. Like it's I believe it's like 550 pages.
It's the longest canon Star Wars novel to
Yeah.
date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um I know because Cavan's script for Tempest Runner clocks in at about 535, I believe.
There's similar page count,
Yeah.
but the word count is nowhere near as high as Lesser Evil because I mean, I don't know if you've seen the physical copy of Tempest Runner, but
Oh
like the
yeah, I
pages
have.
aren't, they're not full pages. So
No.
not to slight Cavan or anything, but it's like 6 hours of recorded material, and then I think Lesser Evil is somewhere around like 15.
I actually do have the audiobook on my phone. Let me see how long it is real quick.
I just like got sprayed with something. Was it my cup? I just got misted.
Oh, nice.
I'm just having one of those days.
Yeah, yeah, you are. Okay, so Lesser Evil clocks in. This is the longest Star Wars book to date as an audiobook. Are you ready
How many
for how
hours?
long? 23 hours and 13 minutes.
Holy shnikes.
Yeah.
That's long.
Yeah, because if you look at it like Battlefront Twilight Company is around 14 hours. Alphabet Squadron trilogies each around like I want to
So those
say
were like
like
12 or 14, I think.
yeah, Victory's Price is about 16 hours.
Okay. And that's the longest of the three.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Um, excuse me.
It's like
The
a whole day of Thrawn.
oh yeah, it literally is. Like Thrawn Treason and Thrawn Alliances are clocked in about 13 hours.
Hmm.
It's just Zahn's very long-winded in what he
Yes.
says.
Yes.
And the first Thrawn book clocks in around 16 hours.
Okay. Yeah, it's
So,
because I've listened to the first three, but I haven't listened to the Ascendancy books yet. And I
uh,
was like, wow, these are long for Star Wars books. And
yeah.
yeah, I got another thing coming when it comes to the prequels.
Yeah, exactly. So I am going to try to meet Timothy Zahn. I'm at least going to try to
Please
get him.
do.
Yeah, I'm at least going to try to get him to autograph the Ascendancy trilogy since I have those in hardcover
Hmm.
and they're like first
Yeah.
edition prints.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Just
Uh,
a nice thing to have on the shelf.
exactly. Just something that I have. Because I think my copy of Chaos Rising has the poster in it.
Chaos croissant.
Yes, Chaos Croissant has the poster in it.
Nice.
Um, oh, speaking of which, did you see the out of print for Lesser Evil sold out in 4 minutes when it was
I
released this year or this week?
I didn't. The out of print editions are gorgeous, but I'm like, I just don't have the time to like try to do the drops for those. So it was kind of off my radar. But
Yeah,
I will say the cover art for the Thrawn books, so
yeah.
freaking good.
Oh yeah.
I
And
wasn't expecting them to make Thrawn that hot.
yeah, let's just say
Yep.
young Thrawn is very attractive.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Still very blue.
Yes. Yes, he is. Uh Final announcement, our RPG show we are shooting for June 13th return. So that is going to be Monday the 13th. Are you ready to get into some news before we get into the rest of this?
I'm ready to get into some news.
Okay. So this week, on This Week in Star Wars, Kristen Baver revealed that Dark Horse is working on two brand new comics um, that are going to be all ages comics, it looks like. And the first one is Star Wars Hyperspace Stories, which looks like on this first cover, it looks like we have Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting some battle droids.
And is that It looks like Padme with them?
Yes, that does look like Padme with a Wookiee kid.
A little tiny Wookiee
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah, Wookie baby. And is that Tuca with it?
I think it's just a doll.
Okay, it's just a doll.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
got like a little doll.
Okay. Then we also have Kevin Scott is writing some more Star Wars horror for all ages, in which we are getting Star Wars Tales from the Rancor Pit, which I'm really excited for this.
Hmm.
I love Kevin Scott's Tales from Vader's Castle. I believe they were both called Tales from Vader's Castle, right?
Yeah, I think one was like like Tales from Vader's Castle 2 or something.
Or
Like
Terrifying
I think it's like
Tales.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but
Oh no, that's fine.
yeah. So this one says, set amid a backdrop of dark and stormy night on Tatooine in the dungeon of Jabba the Hutt, the creepy offering includes clanking droid ghosts, the chilling Wampa caves of Hoth, a monster hunt with saber for hire Ty Yorick. Yes,
I love her so much.
yes. I'm so excited for that one. Um, and it's just going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so
Yeah.
that one hits in October. That one will hit October 19th
I'm just so
in comic
excited to
book
see
stores.
Dark Horse back with Star Wars. Like
Yes.
that was such a like for a long time, like, you know, they just went together so well and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, sorry, not anymore. So
Yeah,
it's really nice to see them coming back.
absolutely. So Tales from Rancor's Pit will be available October 19th of this year, and Hyperspace Stories number 1 will be available on August 10th. So actually not that far away
No, it
from
really
either
isn't.
of these. And going back to what you said about Dark Horse with Star Wars comics, I think it's really cool that while Cavan's going to be writing the flagship High Republic series for Marvel again, Claudia is writing a flagship High Republic series for Dark Horse,
Yes,
which I think is going to be a lot of fun.
it is. It's gonna be so great.
It is. And I believe Daniel's working on High Republic Adventures again for
Yes.
Dark Horse.
Mhm. So yeah,
Even
it's just a switch in publisher, but
Oh yeah, and Dark Horse said they would honor what came with the IDW stuff too. So
cool. Yeah,
yeah,
that's perfect.
yes. So that's something to be very very excited about. More comic book news here, which I think that this is awesome. For June we are getting Pride variant covers, which I'm really super excited for. Two, actually, there's three that stand out here, and I'd like to hear your favorite ones too.
Um, let's see. I'm scrolling through them right now. I'd seen a
Okay.
couple of them already.
Yeah.
My okay, hands down, my favorite though is the Han Solo and Chewbacca with Zine and Lula,
Yes.
the Morale Sola ship from the High Republic.
Yes.
I will say the one thing that confuses me is like we have characters on these covers that don't necessarily have anything to do with these stories, which I find a little
Yeah.
weird,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
but at the same time, I'm still like grateful to see them on covers. So, like Vi Marati being on the Mandalorian cover
Yeah.
makes no sense to me.
It really doesn't because Vi Marati would be a kid then.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Because what she's what in like her late 20s, early 30s when we meet her in Phasma.
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely like that like late 20s age. I don't think they ever specify exactly, but
Yeah.
that's the vibe that we're getting from her. And
The
of course, she is Ace, which makes her a great representation to put on one of these covers.
Oh yeah. Um and then my favorite, I think that this is your favorite too, is the one to Darth Vader 24 with Sabe, Sache, and Yane.
Yes. I love them. I love too that they actually made I can't remember which one it is, but she's got that same look as Sophia Coppola.
Yes.
Because like Sabe and I think it's Sashay, like still more closely resemble Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Um, but Yane was like the odd one out where she looked less like Amidala.
Yeah. Yeah. I will also say the Star Wars 25 one is pretty cool. I think that's from the end of Rise of Skywalker, I believe.
Yes, yeah, that is well, why can't I remember their names?
It
It's like the
looks like,
admiral and then her wife, the pilot.
yeah, Larma Dassey and Warby Tice.
Yes, Daisy. Yeah, Admiral Daisy.
Yeah, Admiral Daisy. Um, and then, of course, you can't have Dr. Aphra without having Dr. Aphra.
Hmm. And she looks glorious. I think
She really
she's the
does.
only one that matches up with her cover, I think.
Um,
Oh, and the Darth Vader one with the handmaids. That
yeah,
that lines up.
yeah, because Kofon Ferris doesn't match up with Obi-Wan,
No.
and I don't know who Tonga and Lasha are.
I will admit my ignorance here as well. I do not know them either. So,
Yeah,
because
so
I have not read enough comics in this
it's
past
okay.
year.
I'm barely catching up to them. Like I'm still so far away. High Republic took up a lot of my reading.
Yeah.
Yeah,
High Republic, I'm up to date on everything.
yeah,
Other Star Wars, not so much.
yeah. I will say this: read Brotherhood next. I think you'll really love it.
Hmm. Yeah. I think that's probably going to be my road trip listen.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but my husband likes to listen to the audiobooks as well, and
Oh cool.
both of us tend to do better driving when we're listening to something that we have to focus on.
Mm,
It kind of seems like, you know, backwards that like you should
yeah,
just like listen to fun music to keep you awake. But if we're listening to a story, we're like, okay, and now what happens? And now what
yeah,
happens? I have to stay awake and keep driving.
yeah, yeah. Exactly. Um, so let's get to some celebration exclusives here.
There's
Our
so many.
Yeah, our next two are celebration exclusives here. So we had like the initial exclusives that were going to be in the shop, right?
Hmm.
And we've got like an Ahsoka Tano top, um, Bo-Katan top. We have uh, Madame Garza's Sanctuary T-shirt, which I would actually rock one of those,
I
honestly.
would too. And actually, I'm looking through these again, and honestly, I don't think there's anything on this list that I wouldn't wear. That Ahsoka Tano portrait tee, I
Yeah,
can already tell you that's Danny Hass's art. I have two of his pieces on my wall right now, so
nice.
I would rock the crap out of that shirt.
I would. I love the Dr. Aphra shirt. The Grogu's Cafe. I'm like, eh. Um,
I'm a mom. I would wear it.
yeah. Uh, this one I would definitely wear. It's Dex's Diner.
Mhm.
Uh, which congratulations on Dex getting as much love as he is lately. Like
He
that's
really
just awesome.
is. You got so much time in Lego Star Wars where you
Yeah,
had to like actually like go and do stuff in the diner. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
uh justice for Dex.
That and then he's in Brotherhood quite a bit too.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Then we have the Italian Star Wars poster T-shirt, which looks all right. We have a Mandalorian hashtag T. The
I was
Hoth.
the
Yeah,
I was gonna say the Mandalorian and the Hoth one are like I think the only ones I'm not crazy about.
I like the Hoth one actually. The I love the Off-World Jawas sports team
Hmm.
shirt. I think that's great. Of course, you need a Max Rebo and Droopy McCool reunion tour.
It's perfect.
Yes. Um,
Wrecker's Jim. He's lifting Gonky.
I would rock the hell out of that shirt too. Wrecker's Gym. Um, and it looks like Dorky Diva, um, WrestleMania #2. Looks like that T-shirt was finally made.
I want that shirt so badly.
Yeah,
I think I mentioned this when we were talking about our like favorite prequels characters.
yeah,
I I I love Zam so much. She has
yeah,
such a cool character design, and I wish she had had more screen time. But that shirt's amazing.
yeah. Oh, it's great. Then we have a Visit Mos Pelgo T-shirt, which is pretty
Also
cool.
known as Freetown.
Yes, that's what I love too. Star Wars is for everyone. We have the Attack of the Clones clone button down. That's really cool.
Not my style, but it is cool.
Yeah. It's not my style either. It's like too busy for me. Uh,
I like busy if there's also color. It's just like it's one of those ones where like you stare at it for a while, then you're like, oh, there's clone troopers in there.
yeah, like if they had like done like a couple of like color rankings and stuff here and there, like on the
Like little
shirt,
splashes.
yeah. Then if you don't like the button down, you can get it as a track jacket. You have the Jango
I would
Fett windbreaker, huh?
I was gonna say the track jacket would fit right in any episode of Hawkeye.
Yeah, it really would with the Bros Moving Company.
Yep,
Yeah,
bro. Trust a bro.
Trust a Bro Moving Company. Which you can actually get that T-shirt on Shop Disney now.
I need one of those. I love the
Yeah,
tracksuit mafia.
they are great. We have a Jedi Temple training beanie.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We have the Mandalorian cooler. It's the cooler that the client presents the Mandalorian that's full of Beskar.
Yeah,
We have
it's a Camtono.
yes. We have Beskar coasters. Aunt Beru's dark roast coffee mug.
They did not have to do her like this though.
No, no, they didn't. I would get a Dexter's Diner sign too.
Same.
Yeah, I would get a Frog Lady plush too.
I saw Misty Roses was posting, she posted that on Twitter the other day, and I'm just so happy for her that her character gets to be a plushie. Like, that's got to be
Hmm.
such a great thing.
Yes. Yeah, I love that too. Let me see here. What else do we
Just
have?
reading the packaging of the unofficial force training kit.
Oh yeah,
Train like Rey, amaze your friends with your force wielding abilities,
yeah,
as seen on Holovid.
yeah. The Force will be strong with you. Okay. I would get the X-wing pool float with
Oh
removable
yeah,
R2D2.
same.
Yeah, I would rock that in our apartment complex pool like this upcoming weekend if I could. We have some Star Wars alphabet cards, playing cards.
I love these so much. Karen Hellion is one of my like all-time favorite artists. I have
Yeah.
like so many of her pins and shirts and stuff. So this I have a friend going and I'm thinking like trying to get her to bring me back some Karen Hellion merch.
Yeah. I mean, the pillow's really cute too.
The pillow is amazing. I the playing cards,
Hmm.
but I really love the blanket.
Yeah, the throw's really nice too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on her I think on her Facebook or Instagram the other day she was talking about the process of like picking characters to go with that whole, having to get one character for each alphabet letter and
Yeah.
how hard it was because she wanted to put people in who are underrepresented, and then, still like have our favorites on there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Oh
good
yeah.
blend.
Yeah,
And
it
Madame
really is.
Jocasta knew made it on the blanket.
Yeah, she did. She really
Yeah,
did.
I was
Uh,
very surprised by that.
then we have more exclusives that were just revealed just the other day, which one of these we're going to save till the end. Do you want a Darth Vader bag?
Yes.
It's $200.
No.
No, it's a suitcase, hardback suitcase.
I do really want the platinum R2D2 Tamagotchi though.
Yes, that is amazing.
It's only $35. That I mean, that's a steal in my book. Oh wait, Eric, I think I lost your sound.
Can you hear me?
Yep, now I can.
Okay, sorry about that. Um, yeah, the Tamagotchi's great. We have the Citizen Echo Drive watch, which is really nice. And then we have, like I said, I'm skipping that real quick.
Yep, yep.
We have first up, we have an alternate cover for Stories of Jedi and Sith. It is an exclusive convention cover that shows Obi-Wan Kenobi, um, which is really cool.
And just real quick, I wanted to mention the artist of that one. That's Jake Bartok, who
Yes.
started out as like a fan illustrator, um, doing lots of like like tons of High Republic stuff.
Yeah.
So I love that he actually like caught Lucasfilm's eye, and now he gets to make official stuff. So pleased for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, totally. DC shoes.
That's a
You.
weird one.
Yeah. You can get a Grogu notepad for $8.
Oh, because it's Aaron Condren.
Yeah.
It's fancy with like the moms and the teachers and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then we have from EFX, we have the replica Grand Inquisitor rank pin from Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, then we got some Funko Pops here. We've got Grogu, Lando in the Millennium Falcon, and then we've got Vader, Stormtrooper, Luke, Leia, and Chewbacca as a 5-pack. Looks like we've got some Gentle Giant and Diamond Select toys here, which the Stormtrooper bust is really cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, remember those Star Wars Legion like helmets that you could paint?
Yes, those are
Yeah,
so cool.
yeah, they're back again
I'm gonna
at
need to do one of
Celebration.
those.
Yeah, $75 though.
Worth
uh,
it?
yeah, I think so. Then from Kotobukiya, we have the prototype Boba Fett figure for $100. We have a first to market Darth Vader porcelain figure for $2,500.
Ow.
Yeah. Then it looks like we've got some more. Well, it looks like Loungefly partnered with Funko Pop here. We've got some Droid blind box pins, which look pretty
Mhm.
cute.
That's Loungefly is now owned by Funko. That's why
Oh,
there's so
okay.
much crossover between them nowadays.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Because we
Hmm.
have the X-wing Loungefly bag that comes with the R2D2 Funko.
It's so cute.
It really is. And then we've got the 3PO Loungefly bag and clutch. We have a Darth Vader hologram plush from Mattel for $100. iPhone or Apple Watch covers for $40. Monogram creatures bag clip set. Oh, it's like chip bag clips, but they're creatures.
Oh
Um,
my gosh.
looks
Yeah,
like
they are.
yeah, looks like you get a Porg, a Diagana, a Bantha, a Rancor, a Wampa, and a Loth Cat.
I just
Yeah,
want the Loth Cat.
yeah,
If
I want
anyone
the Loth
buys
Cat.
this and doesn't want the Loth Cat, I will buy it off of
Yeah,
you.
exactly. That's really really cool. Um, I want some Max Rebo socks.
They're kind of unsettlingly realistic.
They really are. Looks like we've got some Rock Love jewelry that's coming out for the convention
Yeah.
also. These are the Kyber crystal necklaces. We get Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, Anakin Skywalker, and Yoda. Looks like there is a Star Wars Celebration collectible pin that features Cad Bane for $10. We have, excuse me, we have Star Wars fine jewelry. Um, Boba Fett Grogu pendants for $175 and a Ahsoka Tano pendant for $300. And if you wanted Thomas Kincaid art, you can spend $830 and more on limited edition canvas art.
I just have to wonder if somewhere Thomas Kincaid is like spinning in his grave that like there's there's all of these different like IP
Yeah,
things from his studio now.
yeah. I don't mind the Disney ones. It's these Star Wars ones that I have a problem with.
They're a little bizarre.
Yeah,
Like
they
I like the
really are.
Disney ones where it's like like a Thomas Kincaid landscape, and then you have like little Disney elements throughout it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Then
yeah,
we have Regal Robot. You can get a Hear No Evil, See No Evil, Speak No Evil, Wise Monkey Lizard's desk accessory.
it's
Uh,
wonderful.
it's something. That's all I'm gonna say right there. And then you can get a Max Rebo bust or a maquette replica or something like that. Or it's a yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, that one's a little terrifying, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is. All right, shall we get to the big thing?
I think we should get to the big thing. Scroll
Uh,
back up.
yes. So when I say the big thing, I mean that for Lavender and I. Hey Jane, how's it going? I mean that for Lavender and I and a few other, uh, just a few other High Republic fans. There's not a lot of us out there. Like, I really think like we're so few and far between.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds about right.
yeah, exactly. Um, we are getting a brand new limited edition. This is from Del Rey with part of the out of. It looks like they partnered with Out of Print for these.
They must have.
Yes, this is a limited edition Star Wars: The High Republic signed box set. This is Light of the Jedi, The Rising Storm, and The Fallen Star. So the three adult novels in the High Republic. Each one of them is signed by their authors. The the covers, like the Light of the Jedi has the Jedi Order symbol, the Rising Storm has the Nile symbol, and the Fallen Star has, I guess, like you could say that's the Starlight Beacon symbol
Um,
or the Republic symbol.
I think it's the Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the Republic.
Um, each one has each of these hardbacks has a spine that has the title written in Arabic. When you open the book, it has the out of print illustration where it says Star Wars, which is really cool. It's autographed. It has Arabic in the book as well as the High Republic symbols on the first pages of each chapter.
Mhm.
Um,
There's also sorry to
no,
cut in.
you're
I
fine.
was gonna say there's in each of the books there's also a portrait of like whichever character is kind of the central figure of that book.
Yes.
Um, Light of the Jedi has Avar, Rising Storm has Bell, and then Fallen Star has Stellan Geos.
Okay. I think we're far enough away from the Fallen Star now where we can say,
We are. It's solid many months at this point.
yeah, Stellan's the main character of that story, but as much as you know me, I love Claudia Gray, and I know you love Claudia Gray to death as well.
I love her, but I'm still mad at her.
Yeah. She did him dirty in that book.
No
She
body, no crime.
yeah, well, yeah, that's true too. Um, but this set retails for $250 at the Celebration store. And honestly, if I was going to buy a Celebration exclusive, this would be the one.
Did you
Honestly.
see what Kevin Scott posted on Twitter? I believe this after, yeah, it was about 13 hours ago. I'm looking at the tweet right now so I don't misspeak.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, so Kevin said, real talk, this set isn't cheap at $250, but one lucky High Republic cosplayer will be given one as a prize for best costume at the Star Wars High Republic cosplay photo shoot on Friday the 27th at 3 p.m. They'll be at the fountain outside the conference center. So if there's any High Republic cosplayers that didn't know about that and are also watching us, now you know. Also, is that
Yeah.
camera flickering? Am I
No, you're fine. I mean,
okay.
yeah,
I just
it's
like
doing it a
glanced up and
little
I
bit.
thought it flickered.
It's fine. Technical issues and
Yeah.
everything. Yay.
My cat probably pulled a cord loose.
Yeah, probably. So that's it for the exclusives.
They're so
Um,
beautiful. I
yeah.
want it set so badly. but I have no business spending $250 on 3 books that I already own and have
Yeah.
read multiple times.
Yeah,
Adulting is hard.
that's the rough part is like I already own them and like this would be the set like I wouldn't touch at all.
No, yeah, I don't think I'd ever read them. They would just
Yeah.
sit on the shelf looking beautiful.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
might take one out like if I was doing like a Jedi librarian cosplay just to like hold it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
look at this tome from the archives.
Exactly. But yeah, for the most part I would not uh yeah.
That's not the copy that you lend out to your friend that you want to get into the High Republic.
Oh no. Oh no 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 no. At that
No.
point, you might as well give your friend the Beat to Hell paperback version of each book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do. I still need to get the paperbacks of each of
Yeah.
them
Me too.
because I want to annotate the heck out of these books,
Yeah.
especially with the season 2, phase 2 coming up.
Yeah. And you know, we're gonna before so speaking of the High Republic, before phase 2 does hit, we are gonna go back and we are gonna do a phase 1 recap again. Yeah, it all goes back to the High Republic here, people. Like it all goes back there.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's all connected all the way to the top.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. Um so because you weren't here last week, I did share some thoughts on Attack of the Clones for the
Mm.
20th anniversary. But I would just love for you just to take the floor right now and just tell us about your love for Attack of the Clones and how much that movie means to you, and looking back on it 20 years later.
20 years later. Oh my God. Um, okay, so I'm glad to take the floor. I think Attack of the Clones is it's probably my favorite of the prequel trilogy. Um, I actually got to see it, I want to say like 2 weeks early, um, which was really cool. I got my friend's dad won like tickets from a radio station or something.
Nice.
And so we got to go see it. And I remember like I thought that was a really cool thing. My friend that I went with was not into Star Wars at all. So she was kind of just like, I'm going to the movies because my dad got free movie tickets. Um, but then I remember seeing like people camped out at the theater afterwards. And I was like, "Huh, we didn't have to do that." And we got to see it early. So I felt really snobby about it. Um, but yeah, like all my friends at school were basically like, we don't care that you saw Star Wars. It's stupid. Because this was that time frame. So this was 2002. I would have been in 10th grade. I was probably like 14 or 15, I think, at the time.
Yeah, because you're 35 like me, right?
34.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, yeah.
born in 87.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we would have been 14, 15 at the time, yeah.
Yeah. And so I mean, that's like a pretty formative time for movies, for them like making an impact on you. Like the same way that like my mom was in high school when A New Hope came out, so like that's like her core Star Wars memory. Mine is Attack of the Clones. um but yeah, I mean, I just, the costuming, like I think this was the movie where I like really fell in love with the idea of cosplay and costuming in general. I don't know if you've ever seen the Dressing the Galaxy book, but like
Yes.
that's like mecca for cosplayers. And I can't say that I'm like a really, cosplay heavy person, but I always dream about like, flipping through the pages and then like picking a Padme dress to recreate. Who knows? Maybe someday I will. Um and oh, her whole wardrobe
Oh
in
yeah.
this movie, chef's kiss. When I went to go see the costume exhibit, there was a lot of things that I got emotional about. But most of her episode 2 and episode 3 gowns were all together in one like separate room from, like, broken off from the main collection the way that they had it set up at our museum.
Oh nice.
And I cried, which I was not expecting, but like I walked in and I just got like really like misty and weepy, and I was like, they're so close. I could touch them, but I'm a responsible, good adult who knows how hard it is to archive fabrics, and I'm not going to be that person. But they were so close that I could like imagine what the texture was. And I'm just like, all hail Trisha Digger. like the best costume designer in Star Wars history, as far
Yeah,
as I am concerned.
absolutely. Um, I just want to interject just real
Mhm.
quick while you're talking about this. I will say this: out of the prequel movies, Attack of the Clones is actually the most beautiful movie.
It is. It's
Yeah,
beautiful and there's hope. Like there's its bleak moments, but at the same time, like I don't know, it ends on a plus, which like I don't know. It's like the gritty second chapter, but it ends with a wedding. And
yeah,
even though we know that it's gonna be the downfall of both of them, it's still like it's such a beautiful thing to end on. Um, and I love all the content that we're getting now, 20 years on, that's like tying back into it and kind of explaining that more. And I think we talked about this when we did the Queen's Hope spoiler chat,
yeah,
but knowing like the backstory of like how Padme's dress is created and knowing that she wanted to share that moment with her friends, like watching that scene after reading Queen's Hope, I'm just like kind of heartbroken for her that she doesn't get to share it with them. But it's a lot. But yeah, that this movie is still it's my go-to. I'm sick, like I'm homesick from work. Um, no kids in the house. I'm just like, this is my guilty pleasure movie. It's what goes on.
yeah.
And I've probably I'd say I have a thing for the second movie in each trilogy. It's Attack of the Clones, Empire, and Last Jedi are probably the three movies I've rewatched more than any of the others. So,
Yeah, and if you look at it, each one of those movies is like the most beautiful movie in that trilogy too.
mhm,
Um, I don't want to knock Return of the Jedi because that movie's gorgeous also.
it is, yeah.
But Empire's really beautiful. Attack of the Clones is really beautiful, and just the Last Jedi is just a masterpiece of just the way it looks.
I was gonna
Um,
say, I think most of the beauty in Return of the Jedi comes from its setting.
yeah,
Like Endor, Northern California is just so beautiful.
yeah.
Um, I don't know if have you ever been to Northern California?
No, I have not been to California, and I want to go so bad.
So I was lucky enough to live in Monterey for 2 years, which is just south of San Francisco, about hour and a half, 2 hours outside of San Fran. And anytime that we drove north to go to the city, we would drive through like these giant redwood forests, and it was like, okay, we're driving through Endor. um,
Yeah,
yeah, that was like the best thing about living there. I was like, okay, this is where it was. This is
yeah,
Endor for real.
yeah. And I believe they shot all the lake stuff in Italy for
Lake
Attack of the Clones.
Lake Como, Italy,
Yeah,
which fun fact, in House of Gucci, I
that's right.
believe they used the same villa as they used for Attack of the Clones. So in a roundabout way, Kylo Ren's been to his grandma's lake house.
In a roundabout way, you're right.
In a
And
roundabout way. The flower vases matched
yeah,
up perfectly.
and that was also a house that belonged to the Santeca clan too.
Yes. Yes, it is. Light of the Jedi.
Yes, because we get that Elzar and Avar moment on Naboo.
I don't know if they confirmed that it's the exact same lake house.
Oh, it's close to it, I believe.
It's the same, it's Veracino, so it's the same roundabout area
Yeah,
at the very least, but it might also be the same house.
yeah.
I don't think we know enough to confirm if it is.
Like you automatically assume because they talk about the island in the distance.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then like you have the scene of Anakin and Padme looking out at the island and she
yeah.
explains it to him.
And then
I
Avar
want to
and
go to
Elzar.
Naboo.
Yeah, and then
Avar
Avar
and
and Elzar
Elzar,
have that moment.
her dreaming about oh, maybe we can like retire here.
Yeah, Elzar's like, all right, let's go. Um,
Which I think is so funny that, to kind of devolve back into High Republic, but
yeah,
the fact that she's all like, "Oh, like I could see retiring here," and
yeah,
then by the end of the book, she's like, "We're Jedi."
yeah, yeah. Um, but if you look at it, like that book has a lot of Attack of the Clones vibes to it
Very much
because you
so.
have, and even like going into the Rising Storm and even the Fallen Star, this is how we're going to tie this back into Attack of the Clones. Anakin and Padme in Attack of the Clones have those will they, won't they moments
Hmm.
um, throughout that movie, until like they kiss at the lake and then they kiss at Geonosis. But
Yeah.
Avar and Elzar have those will they, won't they moments like throughout all three of those books, and one of them just happens to be on Naboo.
Naboo with the Santekas.
Yeah. So,
I want to know so much more about the Santekas.
yeah, me too. Which we'll probably get in phase two. Um, here's
I just
hoping.
had a conspiracy theory moment.
I mean, if you want to go into it, and then we'll wrap up Attack of the Clones. Go ahead.
The Santekas are are I don't know what I'm doing with my hands here. No, it's all tied together. That's Padme's family. That's Padme's family.
That would
And
actually make
that's how
sense.
we know Lor Santeca in Force Awakens.
Yeah,
That's how he knows Kylo's family history.
that would actually make a lot of sense. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense. So
I'm gonna
Attack
put
of the
all this
Clones.
screwing up on my cork board over here.
Yeah, there you go. Um, and Attack of the Clones, happy 20th anniversary to an important movie that formed my childhood and your childhood, um, and Pickle's childhood apparently,
Oh,
um,
pickles.
my wife's childhood, like all that stuff. I will say this though, like uh, we're about to get into Obi-Wan here, and like predictions for Obi-Wan, but I have to say, because like you and I didn't really talk about this much, but I have to say, like, the amount of love that Ewan and Hayden are getting on this press tour, by the generation that grew up with those movies like we did, that was our Star Wars. Like, those
Yeah.
three movies are our Star Wars. And I know, like, our parents are like, well, the original trilogy is our trilogy, and of course, like, kids nowadays will have like the Clone Wars and the sequel trilogy, Resistance, what
Yep.
have you. But for us, like, one, two, and three, that was it for us.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
mean, at that point, like, we were old enough at that point that I know I had seen 4, 5, and 6 many times
Oh yeah.
before the prequels came out.
Yeah,
So
me too.
prequels came out, I was in 6th grade, the first one.
Yeah,
Um,
99.
and we had been told up until that point, like, this is it. Like, we have 4, 5, and 6, and that's it. And there's never
Yeah.
going to be another Star Wars movie. So then for us to get 1, 2, and 3, and then, like, I mentioned this on Twitter the other day, and you and I have had this conversation that episode 3 came out when we were graduating high school.
Yeah.
So 17 years ago. Ow, that hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Can't wait for those reunions.
right? Um, more excited about Star Wars reunions than I am about my high school
Yeah.
reunion.
Me too. Me too.
Um, so yeah, it kind of brought us through our formative years, like middle and high school. And those of us who were huge fans of it at the time, we were getting knocked because the older generation, like our parents and like, Gen X were talking about like, oh well, this isn't my Star Wars. The same way that we have people doing now with the sequel trilogy to younger fans of the sequel trilogy. And it's like at some point that gatekeeping's gotta stop. Like it's all
Yeah.
Star Wars. And you might not like one movie as much as the other. You might not like one trilogy as much as the others, but like the shirt says, it's for everyone.
Yeah.
And we can pick like we don't have to like everything. We can pick
No.
and choose what we like.
I
So,
know John and Joey, members of our team, like they I know John doesn't really like the sequel trilogy that much, and neither does Joey, but they still enjoyed the movies. Like they're still fun movies. They're still entertaining Star Wars movies. For John, it's gotten a little bit better because he's been to Galaxy's Edge, so he's like explored that time period.
yes.
And I will say this real quick. I know it's expensive to go to Disney, which you can start booking trips June 8th for our May 4th meetup, by the way. Just letting you know. Um,
To see how
but
far out I can get my park passes.
yeah, there you go. But if you're on the fence about the sequel trilogy, go to Galaxy's Edge because it'll open your eyes to the sequel trilogy and it'll enhance it even more.
Or read any of those tie-in novels as well, like Black Spire, Phasma,
Yes.
Resistance Reborn. I
Oh yeah.
I feel like those gave me so much more
hmm
like buy into the stories and the characters.
That and just read the novelizations of the movies too because they do a really good job with expanding on the characters as well.
I
So
I won't rewatch Skywalker Rise of Skywalker anymore. It's too painful. My poor little Reylo heart breaks.
I get it.
Um, but I've read the novel probably like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and it's an entertaining novel. It's a
It's an
great novel.
entertaining novel, and it makes me feel a little bit more, at ease with Ben's death.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Um, so let's get into some predictions here. We're gonna do some predictions for Celebration and do some predictions for Kenobi. I believe maybe we should. Yeah, we'll knock Celebration out real quick, and then we'll do
okay.
Kenobi here. Okay. Over under on, let's say here, what are the chances of Taika Waititi showing up at Star Wars Celebration and giving us concept art, a cast, and maybe a title of his upcoming movie?
Please, please let this happen. I say hi. I say hi.
Um, I agree with you too because Taika Waititi's probably working on Mandalorian season 3 as well,
Mm,
because he's with that directing team.
yep.
Um, what are the chances that we get Patty Jenkins?
I would almost say higher than Taika
Do you think so?
because wasn't Rogue One or is no, not getting my names all screwed up.
Yeah,
Rogue
Rogue One.
Squadron. Uh, I thought that that was announced that it was supposed to be before Taika's. Like there was more
S-
information about it
Yeah,
at this like because that was announced and then Taika's project was announced at the same like investors call or whatever.
yeah, that's
But
right.
but there was like more concrete information about Rogue Squadron and then Taika's was just like untitled Star Wars project.
Yeah,
So I have a feeling that there's probably more in the works with that already. They're probably further along.
yeah. Going to the Vanity Fair article that we've dissected a bunch of times as well, which
Mhm.
I didn't even want to talk about that article tonight, but I feel like we have to like talk about it just a little bit here.
The pictures are so good.
The pictures are great. Um, but Kathleen Kennedy did seem to insist on Taika's movie being first.
Okay, I think I missed that in the
But
I I skimmed
yeah,
the article.
but that could have also been Anthony Bresnikan, saying some stuff.
True.
Your camera is kind of blinking here and there.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can pull up my connector. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I think we'll see Taika. I think we'll see. We might see Patty. We're good right now.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
Ryan, we're not going to see for a while because of the Knives Out sequels.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. They said pretty clearly that that's back burner for now, which
yeah,
is fine because you know what? Back burner doesn't mean no.
yeah,
Still
exactly,
happening, just down the road.
exactly. Okay, so we're getting the Bad Batch season 2 panel while celebration's going on as well. When do we think that this is going to hit? Do we think this is going to hit in between Kenobi and Andor?
Yeah, I think that's a
Yeah,
pretty safe bet
so probably late June, early July.
because we haven't seen any. There's no trailer, no release date for Andor.
Not yet.
Um, not yet. I have a feeling that we'll get that and the Bad Batch ones at Celebration,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't be surprised if Bad Batch is premiering first.
Yeah.
Have like an animation break and then the live action.
Yeah. I mean, it
I've
would
got
make
hand
sense.
gestures for days today.
I
I'm
love
like,
it.
whoosh.
I love it. It's
That's
great.
how you know I'm Italian.
That's awesome. Um, okay, another prediction here. will we see the High Republic panel live streamed from Celebration?
God, I hope so. Okay, I'm gonna be like in the middle of wedding festivities and stuff, but
Yeah,
like if I find out that there's a live stream of the High Republic panel, I'm gonna be like,
yeah,
peace. I'm gonna go watch this and then I'll be back.
yeah. Drop what you're doing and just get ready.
Like Conga line? No. High Republic panel, then I'll be back.
Where'd Lavender go?
Yeah, no, she's glued to her phone in the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't God, I hope there's Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want this to be a repeat of my trip to Georgia.
Oh
Like
yeah, that was rough.
go to the woods and not have any cell signal for 3 days.
Yeah,
I don't ever want to live through that again.
yeah. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Any celebration predictions that you have?
I'm fairly certain we're gonna see Natalie Portman.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't I think if she was gonna do signings and stuff, that would have already been announced. But I think it would be an absolute travesty if they did not have her there for an Attack of the Clones panel.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, that's what I'm thinking is that like she hasn't been announced yet because she's not doing that stuff, but like she'll probably show up for the panel.
yeah.
I would
Um,
be very happy.
yeah, I think that would be great too. And I mean,
Her in those arms.
oh, those Thor arms. Yeah, those
Look, I already had a crush on her before Thor, and now I'm like,
yeah, yeah. She really is the mighty Thor. That's what I got to say about that.
she's so great.
She really is. Um, let's see here.
I just want to share this real quick that
Yeah.
the friend of mine who's going to Celebration, she just texted me that she just realized that the Outlander costume designer is also the same costume designer from Attack of the Clones and
Oh,
the prequels,
nice.
Trisha Bigger, who I just mentioned earlier.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, if there's any fans of Trisha Bigger's work, you can find her in Outlander too. And now I need to go watch Outlander just to ogle the costumes.
There you go. That is one show that I am happy to say that I have never gotten into.
Same. It's one of those things in library world, like everyone watches it and everyone reads the books, and I'm like, I'm still reading Star Wars. So sorry.
Exactly. Um, yeah, if I'm gonna pick and choose, like I'll choose Star Wars any day. Now,
Yep.
I will say this, just real quick tangent since you're talking about it. You do get Star Wars book fatigue at times. Like you do have to
Yeah.
sprinkle other stuff in there.
And I was talking with you about this yesterday that I haven't read a I haven't read a book 2 months now. I think we're going on. Um, because after the Vox Machina train, I've just
Yeah.
it's been a time suck, and I'm like, it's the same as listening to an audiobook to listen to like 2 episodes of Critical Role. So that's where my brain has been. And I'm like, I should really be productive in library like.
Yeah. Yeah, and 3 episodes of Critical Role is the equivalent of Lesser Evil.
Yes,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
husband's like, how do you have time for all of this? I'm like, I just haven't listened to any books in months.
Yeah. Um all right, so let's get into some Kenobi predictions here.
I have a big one.
Okay, go ahead, hit me.
Kumail Nanjiani is going to be Kitster.
I was just about to ask that question.
Same wavelength. Great
Yes.
brain
Brave
wavelength.
length. I
Right,
love that.
yeah.
Yeah. Um I would love if Kumail Nanjiani is Kitster. Like that would be amazing.
I would put money on that. I was reading the thing too today where he said that Deborah Chow called him and was like asking like, giving him the whole pitch, and he's like,
Yeah.
it's Star Wars, I'm gonna do it.
Oh yeah, just like he
Like
didn't
he
turn
is
down.
all of us.
Yeah, just like he didn't turn down Eternals. He's like, I'm doing a Marvel movie. Like,
No, yeah.
yeah.
When someone calls and says, do you want to be in an MCU movie or a Star Wars movie or show? The answer is just yes.
Yeah, even if they're just like, hey, do you just want to sit on set for a day? Yes, please. Like,
Heck yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Um, because we thought that he was going to be like a sassy droid at some point.
Yeah, I think that was a lot of people were kind of worried that that was gonna end up being the thing
Yeah,
because there is like a sassy droid in the trailer. Everyone was like, "Oh, is that gonna be Kumail?" And no, I'm very glad that it's not.
yeah,
I'll just see his face.
yeah. I mean, you do get to see his face. I would
Yes,
love it if he's Kitster.
I would
That
too.
would be fantastic. Um,
The age would line up right.
it really would. It
Yeah,
really would. Because he's what, like late 30s, early 40s?
that's a good question. I think he's ageless, actually.
He's like Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd like never ages.
He he is 44 years old.
Okay, yeah, that would actually line up with Kitster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I mean, Hayden's 41,
yeah.
so
And Kitster was just a little bit older than Anakin, I
I
believe.
think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would be so happy if that's.
yeah. Welcome to the Kitster cast. That's all we're going to talk about
It's
is,
a wizard.
yeah, it's Wizard.
It's a wizard, Annie.
Yeah, it's Wizard Annie. Let's go play ball. That other kid, like maybe
Yeah.
one of those kids is going to be like another Inquisitor.
Oh my
Maybe that's
God.
who Rupert Friend is. Is the redheaded ginger that's like, let's go play ball.
No, because he's the Grand Inquisitor, so he
Oh
was
yeah,
the temple guard that became the
that's right.
Inquisitor.
That's right.
I know my rebels.
I was just fan casting there.
Um, what was I was gonna say? Oh, the wizard thing reminded me that I posted some fan art the other day of Avar Chris
Oh
from the High
yes,
Republic, and
yes.
her beach photo, and someone replied to it with a comic panel where everyone is just saying wizard, and it was like the best response I've ever had to a tweet. I just had to
It.
share that.
Oh no, it's great, and that art of Avar is fantastic. By the way,
Thank you.
you're
Do you mind real quick
welcome.
if I share what I made
No,
that
go
art
ahead.
for?
Go ahead. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Um, so there was a we've talked about it on the show in the past that there's like lots of anti-LGBTQ legislation coming forward in states. And the Amidala Initiative was started in the wake of the really awful legislation in Texas. They at this point have raised, oh God, it's so much money. Let's see, pull up their GoFundMe. They're raising money for Equality Texas. So far, they have raised $16,370, um, which is all going to Equality Texas, which is amazing. But there was a an artist, Jack Ingram, who decided to do a Star Wars fanzine with swimsuits because we're going into summer, and what a great way to like celebrate everybody, like all the different like bodies and characters in Star Wars. So I made Beach Avar for the fanzine, and that's available online. There's a
Yeah.
digital version. I think the physical version's sold out now, though.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There's a
it's
lot
really
of great
cool.
art in there. There's a lot of great art in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was I was like so ecstatic like watching it all come in on the Discord of everyone's like works in progress and I'm like this is just going to be the best thing ever.
Nice.
So,
Nice. All right. What is your next prediction?
I'm trying to remember her name. Shoot. Indira Varma, the she's playing the Imperial. I don't remember her character's name. Um but I've seen some theories that she is actually going to be like on the side of the Jedi, and I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed for that because I was really sad to see her cast as a villain. Oh, your sound is gone.
Hello? There we go.
That's
Uh,
back.
I said I was saying that she's a fantastic actor, by the way, like
She
absolutely
really is.
fantastic. So it'll be fun to see her play both sides if she's going to.
I know. Oh, and my other big one.
Yeah,
We're gonna get clones. We're gonna get clones
yeah,
in this. I think we've talked about this before, that there was set photos that very clearly looked like Tamara Morrison. Um, I I hope, yeah. I would eat my hat if there were no clones in this show.
Yeah. Um, I think we're gonna get Clone Wars flashbacks. Like, I really think so.
I think there will be Clone Wars flashbacks, but I think we'll probably also see like Rex or Cody
Yeah.
present day.
Yeah. I think more so Rex.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, Cody you might see like working with the Imperials and stuff. But there's also all right, so my big thing is that we are going to see Satine in a flashback.
Hmm. Yep.
There's that, and then I believe we're going to see Hayden as Clone Wars Anakin.
I fully, wholeheartedly agree with both of those.
Yeah.
Um, did you? I think you had shared this too on Twitter, but Disney Plus UK,
Yes.
their lineup for what to watch before Kenobi,
Mhm.
and it was like all the Satine arcs of the Clone Wars. And I was like,
Yes.
Corky Kenobi,
Oh
it's
yeah.
gonna be confirmed.
Yeah. And what if Kitster has Corky with him?
I won't even know what to do with myself.
I mean, that's a far-fetched one, but
I know. But who's gonna play Corky?
I don't know. But like my last one here is we're gonna see Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn.
Hmm.
He's done interviews lately, like on Kimmel and all of them, and they've said, like, they've asked, like, are you in the Kenobi project? And of course, like everybody else that's like saying, no, I'm not in this project. No, he is because the way he says it, he's in there.
Yeah, and my whole thing is, if they asked him, "Hey Liam, will you come back and play Qui-Gon in the Clone Wars animated show that's going to be on Cartoon Network?" And he said, "Yeah, heck yeah, I'll do that."
Yeah,
Of course he's going to come back for
yeah.
Kenobi.
If he's coming back
Like,
for animated, he's coming back for Hi Pickle. He's coming back.
hey Pickle, I see a tail.
Yeah. No, get down. Get down. Get down.
He's doing his best Andrew Garfield impression right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Like,
apparently.
why would I be in Spider-Man?
Yeah, yeah, he pretty much is. And it also goes back to that Mina Masad interview that he had with Ash Crossan on
Mm.
Entertainment Tonight Weekly or whatever. And she's like, "Oh yeah, are you in Star Wars?" And he's like, "Well, so like whenever they say well or something like that,
Means I can't say it yet.
yeah, they signed an NDA."
Hmm.
Like
And over under on Mina playing Ezra.
I believe we'll see him at Celebration announced as Ezra.
I think so too.
Well,
Especially now that Ahsoka's in production.
yeah. And they're like gonna play that close to the chest, and they're gonna play Thrawn close to the chest too. Until we get to that panel at Celebration.
It's like the worst, best kept secrets.
It really is.
Like, we all know it's gonna be Mina, and we all know it's gonna be Lars Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
But
And it goes back to the whole Liam Neeson thing. It's like you can't have a Kenobi show and not have Qui-Gon show up, like as a Force ghost.
Yoda says, "Go learn from your former master." Obi-Wan
Yeah,
goes and learns. Like, we've got to see that.
yeah.
We've got to
There's
see it.
there's even a short story in From a Certain Point of View called Master and Apprentice where Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon like commune before Obi-Wan gets Luke in A New Hope.
Yeah. And it's canon. It's canon.
Yeah,
From a certain point of view, it's canon. So,
yeah. So you can't tell me like,
from a certain point of view.
yeah, yeah, you can't tell me that Ewan's on board and Liam isn't.
No.
So,
And I think
yeah.
we kind of like touched on this earlier, but like, I'm just gushing about seeing Ewan and Hayden like being back on this press tour and
Yeah.
like being embraced by the community finally, because we were saying when we were teenagers and people were like, "Oh, that's not my Star Wars," people were like giving Hayden so much crap for his acting ability, and like he acted what was in the script. I have stuck
Yeah.
by that since 2005, okay?
Yeah.
Like the man read the scripts that he was given. He worked with what he had.
Yeah.
He didn't have Carrie Fisher script doctoring like they had in the original trilogy.
Hmm.
And I mean, we've seen him in other stuff. He's a great actor.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, he brings it 100%.
Absolutely. And
Um,
he does what he's supposed to. He's a whiny, petulant teenager in
yeah.
Attack of the Clones.
Hmm.
And like, you know, a love struck one at that
Yeah.
who doesn't want to deal with what his teacher's telling him.
And and how many of us haven't been there at some point in our lives?
I think we were all that way at like
Yeah.
18, 19 years old.
Exactly. Exactly. Because, our parents and our teachers are telling us one thing, and then we see pretty human from across the way,
Yep.
and like you float towards them and just ignore
Mhm.
all of the advice given you.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Or, everyone's trying to tell you what your path in life is supposed to be.
yeah.
And you're like, but what if I want to do this other thing?
Yeah. Yeah. And Hayden sums that up perfectly. And
Mhm.
like you can just tell like they're just having the time of their lives on this press tour.
They really are. And like the brotherhood between the two of them is so great.
Oh yeah. And like yeah, Ewan is definitely that older brother that just brought him under his wing, and and Hayden's just it's just nice to see that smile again. It's nice to see him just like enjoying it.
Yeah.
I was telling my wife a while ago because we were talking about the press tour with Hayden and Ewan, and Hayden started getting a lot more love on the internet a couple of years ago when Galaxy's Edge started opening.
Hmm.
And there's that picture of him in the Millennium Falcon on Smuggler's Run, like in the cockpit. But then there's the picture of him with his daughter at Savi's, and like that
Yes.
just gets me every time. Um,
So freaking cute.
and like that's parenting done right there.
Yeah.
He's showing his daughter like something that he was involved in
Yeah.
and something that's near and dear to his heart. And he got a lot of crap. He got a lot more crap than he deserved.
Yeah.
And it's just weird to see everybody change their tune now.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like I'm skeptical about it because I'm like, where were you guys in the early 2000s, like
Yeah.
when support would have been needed? Like, I mean, people were awful to Ahmed Best and to Jake
Yeah.
Lloyd as well.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it's like these are people doing their jobs.
Yeah. And
Like,
yeah.
I mean, people can get on us, that we're doing a bad job about whatever we do in our day-to-day life, but like it's not televised. It's not
No,
put up on a screen.
it isn't.
So we just get to deal with the effects of that.
Yeah, but we get to deal with the effects of well, I get to deal with the effects of any hate mail that we get. And I've gotten a little bit of it, but
Oh no.
whatever. Yeah, but it's stupid stuff where I'm just like, okay, grow up, go outside and touch some grass, like, you know,
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I mean, Kenobi is right around the corner. We are 6 days away. So excited for that. I know I am not really going to be able to sleep that night. I am going to be off social media that entire day until I get to see it. I mean, of course, I'll be watching celebration stuff, but
Yeah. I
yeah.
think I will be so we're driving the night of the 25th and into
Okay.
the 26th, and then 27th I'll be waking up in West Virginia that morning. I'm going to bring my laptop.
There you go.
I'm sure where we're staying will probably have a TV too, but just in case.
Yeah, just bring your
I'm going to
laptop.
watch it as early in the morning as I can on Friday
Yeah.
before anything happens before I
I'm
go on the internet.
yeah, I'm gonna have to wait until the wife and I both get off of work to watch it. So like I'm gonna be just watching the celebration feeds that day. Um, and
I'm
then like
hoping
when I
that
get home.
I'm hoping I'll be able to like steal my husband from his best man duties for like a couple hours in the morning to watch it.
Yeah, yeah. And if not, just be like, "Hey, watch it with me later." Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't stay off the internet for a whole day. This is why like with the Marvel and the Star Wars shows that are coming out on Wednesdays, he and I both don't go in until later in the day on Wednesdays. Perfect. So we like wake up, get the kids to school, and then like have breakfast and whichever show of the week it is.
Yeah. It's like watching Saturday morning cartoons.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It
there's no
is.
kids here to interrupt every 5 seconds. And then like the shows that we watch with them as well, like we'll watch it in the morning and then we all watch it later again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because then the like, kids always have questions about stuff. Like, what's going on in this scene? Like, well, glad you're not interrupting me the first time I watched it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I have a feeling like if my mom was watching it, she'd be like, "Who's this guy? What's this
Uh-huh.
guy's backstory?" Because
Yep.
like I've brought her up on the show before, and I kind of want to have her on as a guest sometime, just to be like,
That would be amazing.
how ridiculous this is. Because and I love my mom. I absolutely love my mom. She's actually coming up next week, so I'm really excited. Or this week, I should say, coming up. So I'm really excited to see her. But like she's asking me like what we're doing on the show and everything, and I'm like, well, we're covering the High Republic, and she's like, well, what's that? And then like I have to pull out the board with the string essentially, and do that, and like I'm like, yeah, we're covering the Bad Batch. Well, what's the Bad Batch? Okay, well, this is what the Bad Batch is like. Um, so yeah, like you need to watch it uninterrupted first before you
Yeah.
can watch it with anybody else.
Yep. Because yeah, my husband and I will watch it, and we understand that we are not going to talk the entire episode,
Yep.
and if we do, we pause it. Right, pause.
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, or I'll
Unpause.
say holy expletive at something that's awesome, and then that's it. Like,
Yeah, that too.
yeah. Because like the Book of Boba Fett finale, like Eve and I were just screaming at the TV because of just like some of the epic stuff that was in that finale.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
there was lots of screaming in our house as well for that, and then
yeah,
like doubly so when we watched it with the kids.
yeah. So like, there's probably going to be screaming for Obi-Wan also. Like, I have a feeling. Um, so real quick prediction. What are the chances we'll see him with the lightsaber in the first two episodes?
Say
Using it.
low.
You think
I would
low?
say low. I think low. I think we'll see it one one or two of the like, I think they'll be present. Like
Yeah.
if in that first episode we see his like little hovel.
Hmm.
Um, but I think he's gonna hold out for as long as possible before he ignites it.
Yeah, it'll be like one of like the Kanan situation where he like held out as long as he could before he had to use
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Do you think we'll see Obi-Wan with a blaster more than one time?
As much as we know he thinks it's uncivilized, I think we're gonna see him fighting with I not only a blaster, but have you seen the Fortnite skin that just came out
I believe so. I try not to pay attention to Fortnite.
after the whole Palpatine shenanigans?
Well,
No, Obi-Wan has a knife. He has a knife.
oh,
Stabby
oh,
stabby knife.
that'd be
So
interesting. Pickle, get that.
yeah. Pickle, don't do that.
Pickle, don't do that.
Kenobi
Uh,
is currently trending on Twitter, by the way.
yes, I saw that, and I saw Satine trending on Twitter too.
And okay, can we just talk about the fact that Ewan McGregor knows who Satine is? Because that's
I, yeah, go ahead.
happening. It's happening. It's
I,
gonna happen.
I really think he did more homework than he's letting on for that show.
And the fact we had Hayden say that he watched all of the animated shows.
Yeah, yeah. Hayden, because I believe Hayden watched Resistance too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Resistance, Rebels, and Clone Wars, he said.
yeah,
Which
and
I'm
the
very
Bad Batch.
Real quick, there was
Yeah.
one thing that came out probably after you put together our show notes today. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen this actually.
Hmm.
Um, I should have mentioned this in the announce or the
Yeah.
updates.
Top of the show. Yeah.
Star Wars RPG. There are new source books coming out.
Yes, I
Yes,
did see the High Republic one.
yes. There's also a Thrawn trilogy era source book. Uh-huh.
Oh, the things I could do with that source book.
I can't remember if I was telling you about this, but I think I did because recently I picked up the Rebels era source
Yeah,
book.
Age of Rebellion.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
Age of Rebellion, but like it's a Rebels specific one, like it has Kanan on the cover of it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've seen
And
that one.
I grabbed it for $1 at my local comic store when they had like a big gaming sale going on. And then I was like, so I'm trying to get together a tabletop game with my friends and family and stuff. We ended up settling on D&D because we can't get the all the Star Wars source books right now, obviously because they're being republished.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so wait, so let me make sure. I'm pretty sure the High Republic one is legit.
I think so too.
Oh
I
no,
no.
it
Oh
does
no,
say it's
that's a fan
fan-made
one.
content,
Okay.
but the Thrawn one is legit.
Yeah. Um,
But that's
Pickle.
okay. I'm still gonna use the. I'm not above using some homebrew Star Wars
Oh yeah.
RPG content.
Oh, me either. Because I have Age of Rebellion, I have Forces of Destiny, and I have Edge of the Empire
Okay. Yeah.
for the RPG. And then of course like for the one that we're running for our show, that's just a 2d6 RPG.
Right.
Excuse me real quick. I got to yell at the cat. Excuse me. Sorry about
Hey.
that. uh yeah, so the Thrawn one really interests me because you could do so much with the Chiss Ascendancy.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's. But is it going to be Chiss Ascendancy or is it just going to be like like the Chimera and stuff? I don't know because it definitely has an Empire feel to it. So
They might
I'm
do
not
both.
sure how chissy it's going to get.
They might do both.
It might. That'd be badass.
Because I'll introduce Eli Vanto and Aralani and all them to a campaign.
I love Eli Vanto so much.
I love his southern twang in the
So
audiobooks.
southern. I know.
Well,
I
you
was not
see,
expecting it.
yeah, exactly. And then I was listening to Greater Good, and they got to the Chiss Rancher on Selwys, and
Yeah.
like him and like a bunch of other people on Selwys all have southern accents. It's so funny. So funny to hear Mark Thompson with a southern accent as a Chiss.
I just like I never expect it when all of a sudden there's a southern twang in my Star Wars audiobooks and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess
I love it.
Star Wars is for everyone. There's all sorts in the galaxy.
Exactly.
Why
Um,
wouldn't they be southern?
yeah, yeah, exactly. I think we have some decent predictions here.
I think so too.
All I'm gonna say is that next week, even though I mean I wish that we both could be on the ground at Celebration next week, but hopefully next year or the year after we'll be able to go.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm looking forward to them announcing the next celebration so that way I can like start making my plans now.
yeah, yeah, and I gotta say, if you're watching and you are going to Celebration, I hope that you have or we hope that you have the
Yes.
most amazing time. Take lots of pictures, hang out, have a good time, be good to each other, enjoy yourselves. If they drop a movie trailer, freak out about it. If they drop the Bad Batch trailer, freak out about it. High Republic trailer, what have you. Just enjoy yourselves. This is your celebration. Remember that. This is your celebration. I've never been. I believe, Lavender, you've never been either.
I have not. I almost went in Orlando and it just didn't work out for me that weekend.
Yeah.
There was still tickets available, but I couldn't get there.
Um, so just enjoy yourselves, really, and just have a good time. If you're attending Star Wars night, enjoy yourselves with that.
That looks
Um,
like it's gonna be beautiful.
oh yeah, yeah. So just have a good time. We're gonna be there living vicariously through you.
Yep.
That entire weekend. I know I'm gonna be busy with stuff. Lavender, you're gonna be busy with stuff, but we're gonna like try to keep as track. I know you and I are gonna be texting each other a lot
Yep.
about the stuff that they drop at Celebration, but we're gonna be covering it all for you next week. I know, Lavender, I'm gonna miss you next week,
I'm
but
gonna miss being here. I'm really bummed, but yeah, the reception's still gonna be going strong, I think, during our
yeah,
recording time.
and that's fine. I mean, you'll be partying it up, so.
Ah, it's like duck into the corner and like Skype in.
I mean, you could do that at some point.
I
That's fine.
could, I
Yeah.
could, but I don't know how my signal's gonna be and all that jazz. So I figured it's best to just
Yeah.
count me out next
Yeah.
week too.
I That's gonna be it for us this week. I'm gonna try to get some rest because I'm feeling a little
Please
under the
do.
weather. I am not gonna be at work tomorrow.
See, if you get rest now, then you'll still have a voice for next Saturday, so you can pick up
Exactly,
where I'm not here.
exactly, because I'm
Because you
gonna
have to
have to.
talk for both of us.
I do. And yeah, we're working on getting that panel together, so stay tuned for the people that are going to be on that. And that's it for us this week. We hope that you have a wonderful week. Like I said, if you're traveling to Celebration, stay safe, enjoy yourselves, have a wonderful time. I'm Eric, that's Lavender. Uh, may the force be with you. May you always fight for light and life. And remember, at the end of the day, we are all the Republic. Have a wonderful week, everybody.